Welcome to Woman This Month's podcast show. I'm George Middleton, and I'm going to be your host, who'll be interviewing a number of tremendously inspirational women, all of whom have become award winners for the Woman of the Year Awards 2024. Nada Alawi, winner of the Woman of the Year Awards 2024 Woman in Fashion accolade. Welcome to this Woman This Month podcast show.
Thank you, George. Thank you for welcoming me. I'm so happy and grateful for receiving this award. It was a wonderful celebration.
What inspired you to get involved into the area of fashion design that you're in today?
I think that one of my first intentions was to share our art and culture with the world. The idea was to speak to a global audience and share the beautiful art we have in our region with them. Not only that, but tell our stories. So in addition to the art that we feature, each artwork comes attached to a story. It tells stories from our culture, from our heritage, and so on. For example, I'm wearing a cardigan, and it's poetry about poetry. It's called The Magic of the Art and Pen. From a calligrapher, he was a master calligrapher, who actually calligraphized the Constitution of Bahrain in the 70s. So we attach a story to the artwork whenever we share one of our pieces, but then there's always a story behind the story.
Talking about the global audience then, is it because it's a souvenir of something from the region, something from Bahrain or the Middle East, or do you also produce aspects of your art which are more global than appeal?
For the modern, I would say, woman wearer, or the modern customer, it's important to create something that they would love, enjoy, and keep using and wearing once you're back from your trip. So you want something to remember, but also love, for it to look modern, contemporary, and something that you can even gift without it being too overpowering and too, let's say, ethnic for someone else.
I mean, the focus of the people who would mostly use and wear your creations would be mostly, would you say, Muslim or?
Everybody. I get these stories that I keep hearing. I mean, there are different stories. Sometimes women would be walking in different cities around the world, and someone is going to stop them and ask them, where is this piece from? Where is this scarf from? But I have something, it's a more interesting story, I would say, and I heard it several times. I would say I heard it at least 3 times, and normally they're from European women, that they would gift their mother-in-law a scarf from our collection, and she would love it so much and wear it constantly, to the point that, once she passes on, they would bury her in the scarf because it was a piece she loved so much. But away from that, let's talk about, for example, we create abayas, right? And we call it an abaya here because that's what culturally people identify with, but women actually buy it and wear it for weddings.
Sustainability is a big buzzword in the fashion industry in general. How does your brand address that specific?
We have zero waste, if I would say that. Like the way we create our pieces from different parts of the fabric. For example, the headband I'm wearing is a piece from our sustainability collection, right? And I would say that our pieces are not part of that fast fashion movement. We're more of a careful selection, falling in love kind of a piece, where not only do you love the piece, but you pass it on to your daughter.
Out of your employees, what percentage are male and what percentage are female?
So I think we're 80% women.
Okay, that's fine.
We're 80% women. So we have a very, I would say, beautiful working environment. Obviously, we attract a certain, also, I would say, artistic type, stylish type, both women and men, and different nationalities, different backgrounds, and I feel it brings something interesting to the table. It's also interesting to bring in men because there's a different perspective, I would say, because we're the opposite, right?
How many men's products do you have?
So actually, I would say our cashmere is unisex. I know when you see it on me, it doesn't look like it's unisex. If I put it on you, then you're going to believe what I'm saying. I've had that experiment. I was, for example, doing a training session at Saks Fifth Avenue, and I said, you know, the piece I'm wearing, and I was wearing a red scarf. It was red and brown. And I said, you know that this is unisex? And they said, oh, yeah, okay. I felt that they were humoring me. And the minute I put it on to one of their managers, they were surprised and shocked that, you know, this is true. The cashmere is unisex. But then there's a whole line of corporate gifts that we do, which are designed, I would say, to be for everybody. Most of the time, they're objects of art, which is, when I say that, they're porcelain. So like plates and teacups and ornaments for the office, but with an artistic flair.
Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you,
It's a pleasure
George.
talking
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you, Women This Month. I'm very honored to receive this amazing award. Being the Woman of the Year for fashion is a great honor. I feel very privileged and grateful that I've received this award. Not only was I voted by a group of my peers, but also I received the votes of many of you, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you very much, and I look forward to many more beautiful activities like this.
We'll be right back after this short break with our garden of coffee. Terrific Ethiopian coffee. Dr. Nehal Al-Naggar,
Yes.
Woman of the Year winner in the education category, Woman in Education. Congratulations and welcome to this Woman This Month podcast show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you
It
very
means
much.
so much for me to be here today.
Your job is at the Royal University for Women
Exactly.
currently, and you guide students to unparalleled success in entrepreneurship studies. What strategies do you use to ignite their interest and passion to prepare them for success?
Let me start by sharing something actually happened few days ago. I met one of my students who graduated like 5 years back. And she approached me saying hi, and she mentioned that she's working in the same area in human resources within her field. And she was very thankful and grateful, and she was mentioning that, oh, doctor, you know what? Every day, almost every day, I share with my supervisor something that I learned from you.
So you came here as a business professor and then expanded into entrepreneurship.
Yes, after a year and a half, I was assigned to be the Injaz Bahrain University coordinator. So I managed the company program, among other initiatives with regard to entrepreneurship. But not only entrepreneurship, we collaborated with different organizations and stakeholders like professional development, leadership development, and others. So this opened doors with different organizations within the ecosystem. We participated in the Injaz Bahrain on the national competition, as well as Injaz Arab regional competition. We participated in Hope Fund and Hope Ventures, different hackathons. So this is how it worked.
Mentoring startups in diverse industries is no small feat. Obviously, what are the key challenges that you've observed in Bahrain's startup ecosystem?
Well, I really commend the ecosystem of startups and entrepreneurship here in Bahrain. I believe it's one of the best in the region. The main challenge with regard to females, I believe, was trying to find suppliers and networking, finding the right people, and to be able to step out of their comfort zone. We're at the Royal University for Women, so I'm guiding and mentoring mostly females. Of course, I do others. I do teach and mentor boys and girls in other capacities. However, directly, this is the direct and main challenge with regard to females.
So in Bahrain, you'd say that it's more difficult for a female entrepreneur to operate?
Not at the moment. Here, women in Bahrain are very resilient and very persistent, and they have all the doors open for them. They just have to know who they are, what they're capable of, what they can offer. Of course, with the proper guidance, proper motivation to be put on the right track, they do miracles.
Are there any specific areas that you think young women and girls in Bahrain need extra additional support on?
Well, I believe all students, they need proper guidance, and maybe we have to talk to them more. We have, of course, now with the social media, it's a bit of a challenge because they seek the information from those sources. They don't seek them from us. So I think we have to just emphasize in two aspects. So maybe more about self-awareness, increasing more self-perception. And on the other hand, just connect with them and to be able to guide them whenever needed.
What difference is there in educating women in, say, the GCC, Bahrain and GCC, and Egypt? Is there any difference?
I'll tell you, this was actually one of my fears when I came to the region because I've lived abroad, I've lived in the US, and I've lived, of course, in Egypt. So I was a bit concerned, okay, how would they perceive me? Would they accept me? Would they understand me? The dialect at the beginning, I did not understand. It's still Arabic, but it's different.
But they understood you because of Egyptian films.
Yes, so Egyptian films, so it made my life easier, but a lot of times I tell them, when they enter to my classrooms, I tell them, can you please say it in English?
Right.
I don't get it.
Wow.
So it took me some time. But when after a while, I figured that students are students in all parts of the world.
Dr. Nehal and Naggar, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us today, and good luck. And what can I say? Your students are so lucky to have you as their professor. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Women This Month. It helped me personally to recognize some of the competencies or the impact that I do. And let me share a secret. My students, they actually told me to apply for the award. And a lot of people actually, on the day of the award and before, they told me that they voted for me, and probably I never came across them before. I was just they knew my name, or maybe we met once or twice. So I felt that I'm doing something, and I think this is the message that you will keep on doing to guide women in this specific award to know what they're doing and to maybe profile their the impact they are doing, and to inspire others. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Do you know who I am? Do you know what I am? Drinking garden of coffee. Nadeen Yateem,
Yes.
welcome to our podcast. You are the Woman of the Year Awards 2024 Woman in Sports champion. Congratulations. And I understand that you are the first Bahraini woman to have competed in Muay Thai.
Yes.
Can you please explain to me what exactly is Muay Thai?
So Muay Thai is essentially the art of 8 limbs. It's a striking sport. It's a martial art. It's a sport where you use your hands, your elbows, your knees, and your legs. It is a dangerous sport. However, to me, it's a fun sport, I would say.
So how did you get involved with it in the first place?
I had a lot of energy growing up. However, I didn't know how to take it out. I tried different sports, and I tried basketball, football, badminton, a lot of different things. Nothing stuck to me the way that Muay Thai stuck to me. I started it as a fitness thing, and I started it to lose weight. However, when I saw different people competing and in their field and with this discipline, I fell in love with this sport.
It's very much perceived as a male-dominated sport. Did this cause any problems for you? Challenges particularly, especially in Bahrain?
Of course. I mean, there was always challenges with the sport, especially as a woman getting into the sport. A lot of people who were close to me were always trying to take me out of the sport by telling me that I should stick with the girly things, I should stick with fashion or makeup or something that women are typically more likely to go into. And I'd always tell them that I can like both at the same time. I still like fashion, I still like makeup, but I also love this sport especially.
How do you think your journey with Muay Thai has encouraged other women to take up the sport?
I always find that women would come to me and talk to me about how they were inspired and they want to try the sport as well. And this is just a small step, because I always love to advocate women to do things that typically they're not, like it's not their field to do, or like, let's say in a male dominated field, I would always encourage people to follow their dreams or follow their passions. So this is something I always advocate for, and I push people to go towards.
I think it's true to say that you're the first Bahraini or GCC national to have obtained a bronze medal in the World Championships.
So I'm the first female Bahraini Muay Thai fighter, especially the first one that has got a bronze medal.
What message would you like to give the rest of the world about women in Bahrain and their capabilities?
Bahraini women aren't a one-size-fits-all. There's so many different types of Bahraini women, and there's so many talented Bahraini women and strong Bahraini women that maybe aren't seen, or maybe who are seen, but need that platform to push them up. And that's why I'm so happy to be here with Women This Month, to have given me the platform to show one out of so many talented, strong, beautiful Bahraini women that there are here in the country.
Fantastic. What does the award mean to you personally and professionally?
It shows the dedication and the passion and the sacrifices and the challenges that I had to go through, and it kind of gives me that push and that reassurance with it. And professionally, it is more of something that has pushed me into showing people that you don't stop where you are right now. There is more to it. You kind of have to push yourself. So this award really meant a lot for me, and it still means a lot for me, and it is helping me show people that you should break those boundaries and punch through those walls.
Congratulations, Nadeen, Yateem. You're an inspiration to so many women and men, I'm sure, is all over the world. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so
and congratulations once
Thank
again.
you. Thank you.
Right. Now for a coffee break. Cheers. Huda, Radhi, welcome to the Woman This Month podcast. You are the Woman of the Year Awards 2024 winner of Women in Innovation. So your EdTech platform is transforming the way that children with special needs are being educated. Could you share with us your inspiration of why and how you got involved in this particular business?
Well, if you will ask me, I have a diverse background with over 14 years of banking experience. I shifted from banker to entrepreneurs with my chocolate business. And studying in the UK, I believe it gave me the opportunity and inspiration. If innovation with education come, it has to come with the inclusivity. It inspired me, especially post-COVID-19, to think of something especially for the students with special needs, because it was a hard time for them to catch up. So we need something special, like a unique way. We have to engage education and innovation. So this segment is not left behind.
So you saw gaps in the market for application software which help these children?
Sometimes some kids, they need special way of teaching, like one-to-one, special methods of delivering the materials. So I thought, and I think it was an alarming, not only for Bahrain, but for the whole world, that there is a gap in education for normal, even for normal students, but it's even worse for a student with special needs. As the legislations in the Kingdom of Bahrain to give each child equal opportunities in education. And since we have this legislations, I would advocate we need to have something special to have the inclusive of all kids in Bahrain to have equal opportunities, regardless their level.
Beyond technology, you're also involved with mentoring entrepreneurs in general. What key lessons can you share with aspiring innovators to encourage them and influence them to create meaningful social impacts?
I think the first thing is to plan how to succeed. Because fail to plan is a plan to fail. Once you are focused on what you want to achieve, you can achieve it.
Apart from Bahrain, are there any other territories or countries or regions that utilize your software?
Yeah, it will be utilized first in the region in Bahrain. Mainly, it is for Bahraini. Since I am Bahraini, of course, the software should be for Bahrain market first. And inshallah, I will launch the software in first quarter of 2025. Then I'll be focusing on advocating for getting the support for that segment by having community building. Through advocating for their rights, by having new policies, new initiatives to support that segment.
In your opinion, what are the most pressing issues facing women in Bahrain today, and particularly women entrepreneurs and innovators?
I believe not only in innovator, we need access to equal opportunity, especially in leadership in the country. I believe.
Wouldn't you say Bahrain is well advanced in that area?
Bahrain is advanced, but we have only a tiny gap for representing women in leadership and decision-making position. Luckily in Bahrain, because of the support of the Supreme Council of Women, and just 2nd of December, we were celebrating Bahraini women where they shed lights on all women in all sectors, and this helped women to rise. However, there is a tiny gap, and even the Supreme Council raised that gap to represent women in boards, for example. And how that can be done? It can be done to lead by example. If the authority, and I believe they have started already in November by assigning four ladies at Economic Development Board, by increasing, assigning women in leadership position and in decision making, I am sure by putting certain strategy, Bahrain will be a pioneer, not only in the region, but in the whole world.
How has winning this award affected your life, personally or professionally?
Well, it is very rewarding and humbling, rewarding experience. I'd like to thank Women This Month for giving us this opportunity and for highlighting women with innovations in diverse sectors. And I hope this will give us a push to grow, to validate our ventures in the future. And I hope to have collaboration to raise especially for me, I hope this award to raise the awareness for students with special needs and find new initiatives and policies for them. And thank you so much.
Well, that's a wrap. We've had amazing interviews today with the 2024 Woman of the Year Award winners. Next year, 2025, is going to be even bigger and greater. Look forward to seeing you there.